Many, including Your Excellency, stood tall in those days of darkness, while others chose silence and others chose compromise. You chose to exhibit courage, rare courage. At great personal cost, NADECO, which you were part of, helped sustain the flame of liberty when it was most at risk of going out, even to say a word. So as we mark this day, let us remember those who bled so we could vote, those who took risks so we could speak, those who were buried so that freedom might rise. Let us also pay tribute to all those who played pivotal roles in Nigeria's democratic transition. This year's theme, 26 years of democracy, renewing our commitment to national development, is not a slogan. It is a call to purpose, a reminder that democracy is not an end, but a means to national transformation. Under President Bola Tinubu's leadership, we have seen transformation in his bold approach to build and reform the decayed Nigeria. From unifying the foreign exchange markets, to local government autonomy, to the formation of the regional development commissions, to Nigeria's educational loan fund, to removing the fuel subsidies, to attracting foreign investments, to the major issue at stake today, the tax reforms, the tax unifications. This administration has shied away from the hard decisions required to stabilize and grow our economy. Notably, the Senate so far has passed 96 bills, a record for any Nigerian Senate within 2 years only. At this stage, the legislative cycle, even more significantly, 52 of these bills have been assented to by Mr. President, translating into enforceable laws that will shape the governance of this country. Economic development, public welfare, and national security. These bills include the National Education Fund, local government autonomy, as earlier stated, regional development commissions, tax reforms. Universities have been established, particularly in the areas of agriculture. I must thank you also for the University of Environment established in Ogoniland, where governance is in partnership, progress follows. But where governance is a contest, the people suffer. Therefore, as we commemorate 26 years of uninterrupted democratic governance, we must renew our national commitment to foster collaboration between the different arms of government and ignore the critics who decide to term the parliament rubber stamp. But they do not understand why we are here.
Kudirat Abiola and Humphrey Nwosu, both of whom were murdered by agents of military repression. We also remember the many civil rights activists, journalists, and politicians imprisoned, exiled, tossed aside, tortured, and beaten by the military regime. We remember Chief Anthony Enoro, Commodore Dan Suleiman, Chief Abraham Adesanya, Ayo Adebanjo, Chief Gani Fawaimi, Balarabe Musa, Ganiu Daudu, the journalist Baguda Kato, and Commodore Ndibusi Kanu. I mention these names not to exclude or degrade the profound contribution of anyone else, but to illustrate through these few heroes the universality of our pursuit of democracy. The struggle was never the province of any one group or section of the country. It was pan-Nigeria in its conception, and it will even be more pan-Nigeria as we strive to perfect it. It is fitting that I come to this chamber to you. You are the authors of the people's law, and I must be their faithful implementer. While we may not always agree, we must forge a way to work together, because this is what democracy demands of us. I pledge myself to this cooperation and ask that you do the same for the good people of our country. Mr. Chairman, the National Assembly has acted to uphold democratic ideas at every critical moment in our nation's history. In 2006, the Fifth National Assembly protected our democracy against a seemingly third-term bid that would have ripped our constitution apart. In 2010, the National Assembly, through the doctrine of necessity, opened the door for then Vice President Goodluck Jonathan to become the acting president following the illness of his predecessor. Even under the military, the National Assembly tried to protect our democracy. After General Abuja took over power on November 17, 1993, and dissolved the National Assembly, some of us, led by Senator Ameri Bute, the Senate President of the Third Republic, defied the General and his goons, and we reconvened Old Parliament Building in Lagos and declare that regime illegal. We had so the determination to resuscitate democracy, but we were jailed for our defiance. On behalf of a grateful nation, I commend your invaluable role in lawmaking, oversight, and constituency representation. At this point, I plead for your indulgence so that I may put a terrible rumor to bed. To those who ring the alarm that the APC is intent on a one-party state, I offer you a most personal promise. While you are alive, as a result of their panic, it rings an error. At no time in the past, nor any instance in the present, and at no future junction, shall I view the notion of one-party state as good for Nigeria. I've never attempted to alter any political party registration with INEC. Equally, my dear friends and colleagues, we cannot blame anybody seeking to bail out of a sinking ship, even without look at my political history. I will be the last person to advocate such a scheme. In year 2003, when the then governing party tried to sweep the nation clean of political opposition through plot and manipulation, I was the last progressive governor standing in my region. In their number, they boasted. In all their numbers, they boasted of ruling, not only governing Nigeria, for the next half century, or more. Where are they? Yet, my ally has been induced into defeat. My adversary held all the man could carry. Even with all of that, they could not control my destiny. I could not control our national destiny because fate is written from the above. A greater power did not want Nigeria to become one-party state back then. Nigeria will not become such a state now. The failed effort to create a one-party state placed progressive political party forces on a trajectory to form the APC. It put me on the trajectory which had brought me before you today. I dare not search a favor to any political adversary by repeating the same mistake of political overreach. A one-party state is not in the oven, nor should it ever be. That said, we would be guilty of practice if we close our door on those who now seek to join I sincerely welcome our members and our chief or executive branch, whether in this or other political parties, is that the economy and social development of this country must not be compromised. On assuming office, my team and I moved to reform our ailing economy. We introduced fundamental reforms to correct structural imbalances that prevented maximum growth. We are already seeing results. The GDP grew by 3.4% in 2024, with Q4 hitting 4.6%. The highest quarter growth in over a decade. Inflation is easing gradually, steadying the price of food staples like rice and beans. Our net have increased fivefold, and the naira has stabilized. Our payment of our balance is positive. Our sovereign credit rating is improving, and we continue to promote oil and non-oil gas export. State do not need to go about borrowing to pay salary. In less than over 100,000 Nigeria, including 35,000 civil servants, has benefited from affordable consumer credit through the Nigerian Consumer Credit Corporation, enabling them to purchase vehicles, light up, and improve their well-being, and purchase life essentials. This July, we will launch a bold new initiative to empower 400,000 young Nigerians, including youth corpers, with consumer credit. We are more opportunities to young people through job creation and skill development. Through such programs as Nigeria Education Fund, NEL Fund, we are in education and considering greater connectivity. This initiative promises not only to enhance the speedy and reality of internet access, but also to revolutionize how business operates, how students learn, and how community stays connected. By extending this critical infrastructure, we are empowering entrepreneurs, enabling digital education, and providing the tools for our youth to compete in a globalized economy. Our Nigerian First policy will further enhance progress and will consolidate market-driven growth. The improved economic performance is encouraging and validates the soundness of our policy measures with collaboration with you. Our medium-term growth target remains an economy growing at a 7% clip with a stronger manufacturing base. We must learn to produce and grow most of our food, and we are on the path to achieving food sovereignty. These and other reforms have placed the economy on a more rational footing, where critical decisions regarding the large-scale investment can now be made. We are making agriculture more sexy by providing, and I ask you, the legislature, to join me as we enter the second half of our term to put forth innovative legislation that further encourages industrial development and job creation in our urban centers, while also laws that improve food security and production. To further our economic vision, we introduced a competitive tax reform package, a vital component of our economic re-engineering. I am deeply grateful to both chambers of this House for your thorough consideration and deliberation of these bills, and I look forward to signing them into law soon. Again, collaboration across party lines on these bills has been a model of democratic partnership. You are great. As elected, we must continue to do more to make real the dream of Nigerian political and economic democracy. We must be in expanding the political space. We must always value dialogue over dictatorship, persuasion over suppression, and rights over might, with the tolerant, broad-minded in our legislative action regarding speech and civil liberty. Do not be afraid to bear words spoken against you. Some of the best advice a politician gets sometimes comes from his most ferocious opponents, if they think well, though. We do not seek silence because the imposed silence of repressed forces may breed chaos and ill will. Not the harmonic of democracy in the long term. While malicious slander and libel should not go unattended, no one front of injustice for merely writing a bad report about me or call me names. Democracy requires a fair degree of tolerance for harsh words and stinging insults, particularly when they are paying because of their losses. Call me. I'm not politically, and I will still call upon democracy to defend your right to do so. Mr. Senate President, Mr. Speaker, distinguished senators and honorable members, our nation is not perfect, but it is strong. Our democracy is not invincible, but it is alive. And this means our dream of a prosperous, happy nation is still within reach and worth fighting for. Mr. Chairman, Nigeria is at an inflection point, undergoing structural and fundamental change towards a secure future. Our administration is fully committed to boosting the economy and productive base through investment in critical infrastructure, roads, expansion of port operations, rail, and power. We are creating a new environment in which industry and manufacturing can thrive. Our tax and fiscal policy reform will streamline taxes, administration, and eliminate burdensome or multiple taxes, enabling our industrialists and entrepreneurs to operate in a more conducive environment. Governors must work and deliver value to the people. As part of our tax reform, we have provided small businesses with an exemption of tax, established the Office of Tax Ombudsman, and ensure transparency and protect taxpayers' rights. Digital tools now help us track performance and reduce waste. The diaspora's bond and non-resident BVN are bringing Nigerian abroad into national development fold. In line with my promise during the New Year address to the nation, I recently appointed the board of directors of the newly established National Credit Guarantee Company. The company backed with 100 billion naira in an initial capital. With the Bank of BOI, which, by the way, is performing very well in supporting SMEs, next year, Credit Corp and Murphy as stakeholders. BOI will play a significant role in transforming the nation's industrial landscape and reducing corruption. National security is the foundation of peace and progress. We have intensified security operations to reclaim communities from criminals and terrorists. We are better at coordinating intelligence and interagency cooperation. It has proved well for us. Our highways are safer now, and we invest in technology and training to secure every inch of this country. Let's take this opportunity to thank the men and women of our armed forces for their bravery in service of the nation. Their selfless dedication to protecting our sovereignty and assuring the safety of citizens should serve an inspiration to us all. As we celebrate the progress of our democracy, we must not forget the pivotal role they play in safeguarding our freedom. For their courage and commitment, they deserve not only our gratitude, but also our continued support, prayers, and recognition. May God continue to keep our men and women safe. Fellow compatriots, our achievements are not work of one man. They are the result of a collective effort to make possible the Nigerian dream. Yet the journey is not over. We must work even harder to translate broad macroeconomic gains into tangible improvement in the lives of ordinary Nigerians. We must stay the course, reject cynicism, and believe Nigeria can and will rise again. As we mark a 26th year of unbroken democracy, it is right to honor those who have made sacrifices in the past, braving all odds and the guns to ensure we have a regime of democracy in our country. In this light, I announce the conferment of posthumous honors of CAFR on Kudirat Abiola. The era into a struggle. I also confer posthumous honor on Shehu Musa Yar'Adua, GCFR, and Professor Humphrey Nwosu, CON, CON, Dr. John Yimasen, OON, Alaja Sawaba Gambo, CON, Dr. Edwin Madunagu, CON, Dr. Alice Ibu, CON, Chibola Ige, CFR, Ben Fasoranti, CFR, Senator Ayafasami, CON, Senator Polycarp Nwite, CON, and Dr. Oluwokoko, CON. I also have the honor to confer on Professor Bola Tinubu, GCON, Professor Gary, the journalist and journalism teacher, Kunle Ajibade, Noza Dakolonyo, Nanuga CON, Ayo Dari CON, Bishop Mahuka, CON. Governor CON, Barrister Femi Falana, son, CON, Professor CON, Away ON, Barrister OON, Senator Tokumbo Afikuyomi, CON, Labram OON, Kade Komolafe OON, Dr. Tuji Alausa OON, Honorable Abdul Oro OON, Odianfe Shaya Kinde CON, Felix CON, Barrister Ledumiche CON, Honorable CON, Dr. Amos Akimba CON, Professor Shagun CON, Professor Bola CFR, Dr. Carl CON, Julius CON. Senator Ahmed. Additionally, I confer the national honor of CON on Uncle Sam Amuka Pemo, a legendary journalist and the publisher who remained true to his lifetime as he marks his 90th birthday tomorrow, June 13th. Furthermore, confer posthumous national honor on CON. He was the leader of with his fellow traveler, Sunday Derby, OON, Naduemo, OON, Daniel Boko, OON, Paul Levera, OON, Felix Oweke, OON, Barbara, OON, Marian, OON, John Coupen, OON. I shall also be exercising my prerogative of mercy under the prerogative of mercy to grant this a full pardon. Together with other names that shall be announced later in the conjunction with the National Council of State. Finally, it is my great privilege to now decorate the presiding officers of this National Assembly with the national honor earlier announced. Pastor, please.
Excellency, thank you very much.
Representative President. Well, that Prof will come later. In conclusion, let us rededicate ourselves of June 12. Freedom, transparency, and accountable government. Social justice, active citizen participation, and a just society where no one is oppressed. We must strive hard to hand over a banner to our children and grandchildren without